everyone, welcome back. Thank you for joining me right here on Actual English. I'm Jennifer Clyde. We are on lesson 71 and today's topic is favorite TV shows. We'll be focusing on our favorites for a few days. So when it comes to talking about favorite TV shows, what could you mention? Now imagine that you are doing an interview in English and the interviewer asks you, so tell me about your favorite TV show or TV shows. Well, what would you say? There are many ways in which you can begin talking about whatever it is that you will be talking about, but when it comes to TV shows, it's quite simple. It's not difficult, it's quite easy. Just think about one of your favorite TV shows and talk about when it was aired, when you enjoyed watching it, why you enjoyed the show, and also talk about the type of TV show it is or was. So let's do that today. Are you ready? Let's get started.
After I finish this huge translation project I'm working on, I'm going to sit down and watch some TV dramas.
Really?
I've missed out recently.
You've been working too hard, haven't you?
I have. Do you recommend any?
Oh God, lots. Are you going to download?
I'm going to download the entire series and watch it back to back.
That's fun. There are lots of good shows. If you like dramas, like The Wire is a good police drama. One of my favorite shows ever is called Deadwood. It's about the Old West in South Dakota during the Gold Rush.
I see. I've heard Breaking Bad is
Breaking
really
Bad is
You've
a
seen
lot
it?
of fun. Very
Okay.
intelligent. Yeah.
No spoilers then.
Oh yeah, I'll tell you the whole,
Yep. What else? I've heard that The Newsroom that's on recently
I haven't seen that
is
yet.
quite good.
Yeah. I've been into Mad Men and Suits lately.
Oh, I haven't heard of that. What's that about?
Mad Men is about advertising in New York in like the 1950s and 60s.
Oh, interesting.
Oh, yeah.
Talking about 1950s and 60s, what sort of shows did you grow up watching? Heaps.
Not in the 50s and 60s, but we watched a lot of public broadcasting at my house.
Okay.
So I watched science shows like Nova and Connections, which is about how science connected with history throughout time and created new inventions and whatnot.
So is that a documentary series?
Yes.
Or a documentary series. I love watching history documentary series. I grew up watching animations like Looney Tunes.
Yeah, Saturday morning cartoons.
I love TV dramas set in the 50s or 60s that are centered around magic. So I grew up watching Bewitched. What was that other? I Dream of Jeannie.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think after that, the show called MASH, set around the Korean War, was on, but I never ever finished an episode. I had no idea what it was about. So I skipped that. Mind you, I was in high school.
Well, maybe you should download some MASH and we can watch it.
All right.
All right, then let's get started. Did you enjoy today's actual talk conversation between Peter and Joanne? Now, of course, they did mention a lot of TV programs, names of different types of TV programs or TV shows. So we'll be taking a look at that as well. But what did you think about? Now, what is your favorite show or TV show at the moment? Right now, I would have to say there are a couple that I enjoy watching, but one of my favorites would have to be a TV show that's based on the early 90s. I think that you know which program I'm talking about, especially those that are in the same age group as I am. Yes, back in 1994, around that time, we were a lot younger. Yes, those good old times, right? Anyhow, let's take a look at what Joanne and Peter mentioned in today's actual talk, line by line. So here we go. Joanne says, after I finish this huge translation project I'm working on, so let's take it up to here. So what is Joanne talking about? She is not exactly talking about a TV show, but she's talking about what she is busy doing right now. So after she finishes, completes this huge translation project. She says, I'm working on. Now, to work on something means to really put effort into. So she's working on a translation project. She is going to sit down and watch some TV dramas. All right, there is our topic for the day. Now, Peter says, you've been working too hard, haven't you? And Joanne says, I have. And then she jumps right to this question. All right, do you recommend any? Is exactly what she said, but just in case you had a difficult time understanding, yes, this part was omitted. So you could ask, do you recommend any? Or do you recommend any TV dramas, TV shows, whatever, all right? Let's see what she says. And she says, I'm going to download the entire series and watch it back to back. So she's going to download the entire series. Now, what is a series? A television series, a TV series, a drama series, for example. Usually a series of something, okay? Let's say, for example, if you are talking about a TV series or a drama series, usually that drama has the same theme, the same cast, the same format. And sometimes the story continues, sometimes the story may not continue. But if you in almost all cases have the same cast and the same format and the same theme, you could call it a TV series or just a series. So she's going to download the complete series and watch it back to back. All right, so what does back to back mean? We'll practice with back to back later on, but back to back means one after the other. 이어서 하나 끝나고 다음 거 보고 또 다음 거 보고, right? So it means to do something one after the other continuously, all right? Now, Peter says there are lots of good shows. If you like dramas, he says, The Wire is a good, and he thinks what type of category it is. Now, Joanne says The Wire is a good police drama. Okay, so basically if you call something a police drama, it is a drama about the police. Very simple. Now, she says, one of my favorite shows ever is called Deadwood. But take a look at this pattern right here. One of my favorite shows, okay? A lot of people make mistakes. One of the many is so-and-so. So one of my many favorite shows is called Deadwood. And ever here is used just to emphasize, to stress, okay, that it is her favorite or one of her favorites. So boom, here we go. Joanne's or one of her favorite shows is Deadwood. Let's move on. Now, Peter says, it's about the Old West in South Dakota during the gold rush. Now, when you want to talk about a book, a movie, even a TV program, or even a drama, and you want to explain what the drama is about or what the program is about, you can begin with this. It's about so-and-so. The gold rush. Now, the gold rush, this is basically a time when migrants, when people would rush to a region or an area where gold was discovered. So a lot of people would rush over to one place because gold was discovered there. So it's about that. And Joanne says, I see. I've heard Breaking Bad is really good. Now, they're talking about, right, TV series or drama series. Oh, Breaking Bad is a lot of fun. And then they talk about whether they've seen it or not. Joanne says, you've seen it? Have you seen it? Have you seen it? And Peter says, very intelligent, meaning it's a very intelligent program. Now, here we have spoilers. Joanne says, no spoilers then. She says this because Peter has mentioned that he has watched it. And what do you think that means? Okay, no spoilers then. No spoilers then. A spoiler, or often with an S, can be a person or an instance when something reveals the very important plot of a book or even a movie. And it ruins all the fun because you know what the book or the movie is about. Okay, so basically she's saying, don't tell me about it. Don't tell me about it because I have not watched it. Don't take the fun out of it. Don't take the suspense out of it. I want to watch it myself and find out, okay? No spoilers then. And then she says, what else? I've heard that. I have heard that the newsroom that's on recently, it's being aired. 지금 방영 중이다 라는 말이죠. It's quite good. And then Peter says, I haven't seen that yet. As of now, not yet. I have not seen that yet. I've been into Mad Men and Suits lately, okay? Been into. I have been into. This means he is currently watching it, and he's really into it. He's interested in watching the Men in Suits. Oh, she says, what are they about? Okay, Mad Men and Suits, sorry. And then she asks, what are they about? Because we're talking about two different programs, okay? Mad Men and Suits. Okay, moving on. He says, Mad Men is about, see, once again, a book or a story. The program or the show is about advertising in New York in the 1950s and 60s. Often people do put an apostrophe here, but I learned that it is not proper when you want to write the 1980s, the 1990s, 1970s, or even 50s and 60s. The apostrophes are not needed, okay? And then Joanne says, talking about 1950s and 60s, what sort of, meaning what kind of, okay, shows did you grow up watching? Grow up watching. Basically, this means what kinds of shows, what sorts of shows, what types of shows did you watch as a child? Which programs did you watch while you were growing up? Okay, did you grow up watching? Heaps, she says. You might have noticed Joanne saying heaps, and wondered, what did she say? Well, heaps basically, simply put, means a lot, okay? A large number or a large quantity of something. It's mainly used in Australia. Maybe that's why you didn't understand. So heaps means a lot, okay? Moving on. Well, he says not in the 50s and 60s, but we watched a lot of public broadcasting at my house. What is public broadcasting? As you see, it's very easy. It's public. So usually the programs are funded by the government, okay? So they don't get revenues, or not from revenues from advertisements, but it's usually funded by the government, okay? Public broadcasting. I watched science shows, okay? Like Nova and the Connections, which is about how science connected with history throughout the time. So he is now talking about what the show is about. So she says, is that a documentary series? Once again, we have series, so it is a documentary, but since it is a series, basically it has the same theme, perhaps even the same cast and the same format. She says, I love watching history documentary series. I grew up, once again, watching animations. Like Looney Tunes, so did I. And he says, yeah, well, Saturday morning cartoons. I used to watch a lot of Saturday morning cartoons too. I would wake up every Saturday at 7 or 8 o'clock in the morning and sit in front of the TV, waiting for the cartoons to play. Anyhow, so Joanne says, I love TV dramas set in the 50s or 60s. Here we are not talking about a drama set, okay? But we are talking about how it is a story based on or about the 50s or the 60s. That centered around, I would say even centered on, that focused on magic. So she says, so I grew up watching Bewitched. It's another program. And after that, the show called MASH, M-A-S-H, set around the Korean War. Once again, set here, we're not talking about 세트장. We're talking about how it centered around or centered on. It was focused on or based on the Korean War. And then she says, but I never finished an episode. Okay. So as you can see, we're talking about drama series or certain television program series. We even mentioned the word episode. Episode is basically a part of a program in which it is divided. 우리도 왜 에피소드라고 하잖아요. Although it does have other meanings as well, such as an incident or instance or an event. In this case, we are talking about a section of a program in which it is divided. And once again, never finished, meaning never finished watching an episode. So watching is omitted. Now, Joanne and Peter did mention many names of programs that I am not aware of either, so it's all right, even if you didn't understand the names of the programs they mentioned. But for sure, yeah, as Peter mentioned, I really enjoyed watching cartoons every Saturday mornings. Anyhow, let's take a listen to the actual conversation one more time.
Oh, after I finish this huge translation project I'm working on, I'm going to sit down and watch some TV dramas.
Oh, really?
I've missed out recently.
You've been working too hard, haven't you?
I have. Do you recommend any?
Oh, God, lots. Are you going to download?
I'm going to download the entire series and watch it back to back.
That's fun. There are lots of good shows. If you like dramas, like The Wire is a good police drama. One of my favorite shows ever is called Deadwood. It's about the Old West in South Dakota during the Gold Rush.
I see. I've heard Breaking Bad is
Breaking
really
Bad
good.
is
You've
a
seen
lot
it?
of fun. Very intelligent. Yeah.
No spoilers then.
Oh yeah, I'll tell you the whole.
Yep. What else? I've heard that the Newsroom that's on recently.
I haven't seen that yet.
Quite good.
Yeah. I've been into Mad Men and Suits lately.
Oh, I haven't heard of that. What's that about?
Mad Men is about advertising in New York in like the 1950s and 60s.
Oh, interesting.
Oh, yeah.
Talking about 1950s and 60s, what sort of shows did you grow up watching? Heaps.
Not in the 50s and 60s, but we watched a lot of public broadcasting at my house.
Okay.
So I watched science shows like Nova and Connections, which is about how science connected with history throughout time and created new inventions and whatnot.
So is that a documentary series?
Yes.
Or a documentary series. I love watching history documentary series. I grew up watching animations like Looney Tunes.
Yeah, Saturday morning cartoons.
I loved TV dramas set in the 50s or 60s that are centered around magic. So I grew up watching Bewitched.
Oh.
What was that other? I Dream of Jeannie.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think after that, the show called MASH, set around the Korean War, was on, but I never ever finished an episode. I had no idea what it was about. So I skipped that. Mind you, I was in high school.
Well, maybe you should download some MASH and we can watch it.
All right.
Welcome back, everyone. Did you enjoy the actual talk conversation? Okay, now let's move on to actual expressions. And as always, check out a few vocab words and then move on to practicing some patterns we found in today's dialogue. We've got 4 for you. The first one is series. Series, it's not too difficult to pronounce. Now, we can have a TV series or even a radio series. All different kinds of series, right? There was a documentary series. So basically, a series is, once again, it could be a daily program or even a weekly program that in most cases has the same cast, okay, and the same format. And the story often continues. Just like a soap opera, it can also be a kind of program, related programs that have the same theme and the cast. So it can be a series of 4 wildlife programs that is based on wildlife. They can be series as well. Just remember that. A spoiler is what? A person or even a thing that ruins something, that takes the fun out of something, okay? So a spoiler of a book or even a movie could be something that reveals the most important plot or the main story of the drama or even the movie. Heaps, once again, I said it's mainly used in Australia. It is a word used to describe something that is large in number. So, some synonyms are ton, lump, stack, a bundle. Many, 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 lots of means heaps. Okay, heap of people. So heaps can be used in the singular form and the plural form. Wow, there was a heap of people. There were heaps of people. It means there were many, many, many people. Tons of people. Okay, one more episode just in case. The stress goes on the first syllable. It's episode, not episode. It's sound. Episode. And some synonyms are happening, event, even incident. Okay, but we are talking about a divided part of a program in today's actual talk conversation. Okay, then let's move on to some patterns. We have one, two, okay, a few for you. Back to back. Do you remember what back to back means? One after the other, continuously, right? So here is a sentence. I had 3 exams back to back, which means I took 3 exams, one after the other. I barely had time to rest. I took one exam and then boom, the next exam, and then right away, another exam. Let's practice this. I had 3 exams back to back. Back to back. Good job. One more. I had to give presentations back to back all morning. Okay, what does this mean? So you had to give presentations back to back all morning, meaning before lunchtime or before noon. Yes, you were very busy giving many, many presentations, one after the other. I had to give presentations back to back all morning. I had 3 conferences back to back today. I have 3 meetings back to back today. Sounds like a very busy day, right? Moving on, one of my favorite something ever is. Okay, one of my favorite movies is. One of my favorite books is. Always remember to add the S there, okay? So one of my favorite songs ever is Dust in the Wind by Kansas. This is actually one of my favorite songs. So one more time. One of my favorite songs ever is... That's good. And one more time, ever means, okay, it's just that you are emphasizing the importance of something, okay? Moving on. My favorite summer drink ever is fresh lemonade. Now, what is the difference though? Now here, it's in the plural form. Here, it's in the singular form. In the first case, it means that you have more than one favorites, okay? You like many of something, but of them, your favorite is something. But if you say, my favorite summer drink ever is fresh lemonade, it means you like no other drink. The only drink you like, or the favorite drink, is lemonade. Okay, see the difference? Okay, let's take a look at be about. Yawang, for example, aka, meaning also known as, Queen of Ambition is a TV drama series about a woman who does everything she can to become the first lady. Now, the point is to use to be about. Something is about something. Okay, practice this pattern. Let's try a simple one. The book is about what? Travel. The book is about music. One more time. And the book is about self-improvement. You can make it simple. Make use of this pattern. Okay, so please do keep in mind when you want to talk about a movie or a drama or even a film, any of your favorites, you need to tell others what it is about. So keep in mind, something is about so-and-so. Practice more on your own.
Because I'm a student, I don't have really lots of time, so I watch lots of drama and movies and variety shows online. So I started watching English drama, and I started with Gossip Girl and Glee and NCIS, and then found about the Korean drama. So I started watching Full House, I watched Boys Before Flowers, and lots of dramas. And then I discovered the variety shows, which now I'm in love with it. I like especially Running Man because of Kang Giri. He's a nice guy. And then I like 2 Days and One Night. Kang Ho-dong, he's really good. And Lee Sung-gi. And because of Lee Sung-gi, yeah, I watch lots of drama. Oh, that's it. I don't have really lots of time to watch, but I like variety shows.
Now, Doa, well, she has told us a lot about herself and her favorite TV shows. What did she say? Well, she's mentioned a lot, so let's check it out line by line. Now, she says, because I am a student, I don't really have lots of time, which means she doesn't have much time to watch television, probably, right? Okay. And then she says, I watch lots of dramas and movies and variety shows. Okay, I think we even use the word variety shows in Korea, variety show, right? So she likes dramas, movies, and variety shows. I started with, okay, she's talking about a program that perhaps interested her in the beginning. I started with so-and-so, Gossip Girl, and Glee, and NCIS. And then, after that, I found Korean dramas, meaning she discovered interesting or fun Korean dramas. That's what she mentioned at last. Because of somebody, because of Lee Sung-gi, I watched lots of dramas. That's right. Yeah, he's, I think, a pretty good actor as well. So because of Lee Sung-gi, because of somebody, I watched a lot of so-and-so dramas, so-and-so types of movies. This is also a pattern you can make use of. So thank you, everyone. Take a listen one more time.
Because I'm a student, I don't have really lots of time, so I watch lots of drama and movies and variety shows online. So I started watching English drama, and I started with Gossip Girl and Glee and NCIS, and then I found about the Korean drama. So I started watching Full House, I watched Boys Before Flowers, and lots of dramas. And then I discovered the variety shows, which now I'm in love with it. I like especially Running Man because of Kang Giri. He's a nice guy. And then I like 2 Days and One Night. Kang Ho-dong, he's really good. And Lee Sung-gi. And because of Lee Sung-gi, yeah, I watch lots of drama. Oh, that's it. I don't have really lots of time to watch, but I like variety shows.
Now, as I did mention, thanks for sticking around to the very end of our program. Now, today we talked about favorite TV shows. Make up your own topics. Favorite what? Favorite movies, favorite books, favorite types of music. We'll be talking about later on. But yes, tomorrow, for example, we'll be talking about favorite animals. So think about what your favorite animal is or what your favorite animals are until I join you back. Yes, you can join us. Come to our homepage at www.ebse.co.kr. I'm sure you know what to do, so please leave a few comments, feedback, questions, anything. Feel free to do so. Until next time, take care and see you again soon. Bye, everyone.